Hey YouTube family, welcome back to the channel. This is Austin EV Only here. Today is a very exciting day. We're going to be installing the Hansshow auto presenting doors. These are really cool. Just like a Tesla Model X, when you walk up to the car, the doors will automatically open. When you get in the car and step on the brakes, the doors will automatically close. Who has time for something as quaint as opening the door yourself when you've got Hansshow? This is part of a three-part series. In part one, we showed you how to run the wiring for the Hansshow auto presenting doors. Today, in part two, we're going to be focusing on installing the motor and the soft close latch for the auto presenting doors. Now, for some reason, when focusing on the passenger side, we ran into all kinds of problems that we did not run into on the driver's side. Today's video is going to focus on overcoming those obstacles that we saw with just the passenger side. It's my belief that every Tesla Model 3, every Tesla Model Y is going to experience this same problem when installing the Hansshow auto presenting doors. I believe Tesla designs the passenger and the driver's side doors slightly differently, and I mean, why wouldn't they? One side has controls for mirrors and controls for all the windows. The other side, the passenger side, only has controls for its one window. So of course they're different. But Hansshow designed their motors identical for both driver and passenger side, and we found that that just doesn't work on the passenger side. This video will go through the painful experience of installing that passenger side. If you want to skip ahead to see where my heartache, or should I say my headache, begins, skip ahead in this video to scene 2521. And from there, you'll be able to see exactly what I'm talking about. Otherwise, stick around for the full video on how to pull off the panel, how to install the soft close latch, and yes, how to install this motor for the auto presenting doors. Coming up. Let's talk about the tools you're going to need to complete this job. While the packaging includes some fishing line to run electric cable, some double-sided tape, zip ties, and a pry tool, you're going to need some additional tools. First, with regards to the tools included, you can pretty much throw away the pry tool that they offer. It's not at all up to the challenge. So I suggest first and foremost you get your own set of pry tools. Also, it would be very useful if you had a 90-degree pick. Not 100% required, but very useful. In addition, either a straight pick or a set of micro screwdrivers that you can use to wedge. Some painter's tape, again optional, but is very helpful in getting the glass back in. A magnet. Again, optional, but very helpful in getting some of the screws that may fall into the door. You will definitely need an 8mm socket. You will need a 10mm socket. You will need a 10mm deep well socket, and you will need the following Torx bits. Those are the star bits, T15, T25, T30, T40, and T45. So make sure you have those bits ready to go. Okay, so let's get to it. We're going to start by taking off the door panels. I have an assortment of little screwdrivers here. There we go. All right. And this is just a reflector, and you can see behind it, there's a Torx screw. Okay, so now with the T30 bit, we're going to take out the 3 Torx screws. Let's see if I can zoom in on them and show you where they're at. There's one there. There's another one right there. And the last one is under the door here. Right there. And again, they're all T30s. And the next step is going to be to remove this speaker here. Before I proceed any further, I'm going to roll the window down, although it's not necessary, just to give myself a little more room to work. So if I start on this side, this is the easy side. Come in here, crack that side up. And then this side is the hard side. It is just wedged in there. So here, let me use this angled pry tool and see if we can't pry it up. Okay, there it goes. My goodness, that was not easy. Oh yeah, one of these fun guys where you got to get your screwdriver in there. Okay, and then we will undo this clasp. Other than using a very thin, very flat screwdriver, I don't know any other way to do this. So I'm going to jam that in there. And try to wiggle it out. Okay, here it comes. Here we go. Great. Feel free to put the window back up at this time. Okay, and with the speaker off and all of the screws out, I'm gonna start popping some rivets here. Okay, should do it. Okay, and we're ready to pry this door panel off. Got my little creeper over here. Let's lift up, slide it on both sides. There we go. And we'll rest it right there, which is very helpful. Attachments. Pull this up. Okay, the first one we've got here is this one. Can I get it in any tighter? Okay, the first and easiest one here is this guy here. We're gonna pull back and pull up really hard on this one. Really, really, really hard. There we go. And then bring it down and out. And all the other ones I believe are gonna require a screwdriver. Because I need the window to go up all the way, we're gonna pull out the one for the light first, and that will cause the window to go up. Pretty cool. Now we can just go ahead and grab all the other ones. The next one we're gonna get into is right here. I need a little screwdriver to get it out. So let me wedge a screwdriver under there while pulling. There we go. Got that one out. Next one is over here. And the only reason I can't pull this panel away from the door yet is for some reason they've got this thing. It seems silly, but they've got it riveted to the door. So I need to get under here and pop each of the rivets. There we go. And then finally the big one, way down here. Okay. And now we can pull the panel away. Now I'm going to go around and remove all of the 8mm bolts. Let me unclick this harness here. Easy enough. Okay, saying that removing these plastic covers is a very necessary next step. Not sure why. Okay, so I got it. So this and this are where the window regulator attach. And I guess they ride on this piece here. So I'm gonna undo this screw and this screw, and we'll see what happens. I think I have to take the glass out. So we're gonna be taking the glass out today. Oh, that seems scary. So I've done this before, but I don't like messing with glass. So the first thing we need to do is we've got to pry off this trim piece here. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, while holding the glass, let's go ahead and remove this screw. Oh, I'm not drop it. There we go. Cool. And then let's come over here. Grab this guy. Okay, the glass isn't coming out yet, but it's wiggling for sure. Let's take off this cover here. Now we're gonna get this one here. And then finally, this should be the last one. Use that screw. Okay, let's see. Will the glass come out now? Yep. Here, let me pry off this inner guy here before I take the glass out. Is my glass ready to come out? Oh my God. I do not like taking glass out. Okay. I'm not exactly sure how this is supposed to go, but it says at this point I should just be able to remove that out. Start taking these off. That one did not break. That out. That out. That out. That out. Great. I'm glad that these ones are not breaking. All right, the next thing we're going to do here is we're going to take out these 3 screws. It is a T25. Okay, with those screws out, I'm not sure, but I think I can just wiggle this piece out here. If I undo a clip up here, I don't know if y'all can see it. Come on, clip. I can't even see it. I think it's safety. Okay, so there's you've got to pull a safety clip back. Okay, so then on this top clip here, I don't know how well you can see it, but you've got to get a screwdriver in behind it. Push the clip back, and then that's it. And just make sure the clip doesn't accidentally fall forward again. It seems to easily fall forward, hard to go back. And then just start wiggling it. I swear I got this before. There it is. Just gotta wiggle the heck out of it. And then on the bottom piece here, so this part right here can suck in and suck out, so we're just gonna push it in all the way to there. And of course, they want to make it extra hard because it's Tesla, so they've got this, looks like maybe water protector over it, which has to be removed before I can get to the emergency cable release to take this whole thing out. Okay, well, I got that box off. I can come over here, see this, and again, it's in there really hard. Okay, and we got it. Cool. Very cool. Okay. Then they want us to remove the door check. That's what this thing's called. And holy moly, it's a T40. Okay, and then next we've got some 10mm bolts here to take out the door check. So let's get to it. Perhaps y'all can see I'm using a deep well socket here. And the door is just going to swing closed now. Okay, and then we're going to put in the new door check. Okay. No way. And of course it doesn't fit. And I gotta say, I'm really not happy with the way this thing, it gets wedged in here, and it really is not going in properly, and I don't think it ever could go in properly. So we're gonna do the best we can here. Tighten these screws and see if we can get this thing to line up. But all in all, just not happy with this. Oh, jeez. There's so much what's it called? Tight lock that it won't get started. Okay, and the new door latch seems to come with its own automatic close lever here, so that means I'm gonna have to slide out the old one and change over this gasket to the new one. So that should be fun. Let's see if we can't get this out here. Okay, there we go. And then let's see if we can pull the gasket off of the end here. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get it over this or not. I will try. Ugh, okay, cool, got it. And then this is going to be even harder, reversing the process to get this on here. It's glued on? Nah, don't be glued on. Ugh. Don't be glued on, man. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I'm going to flip it inside out. There we go. And let's try doing it that way. Go. Here we go. Oh yeah, this is gonna be the hard part. See, on the old one, it was rubber, so it worked. Okay. So now I've got two sets, and I'm wondering if hitting it one from each side will help me out. Oh, there we go. Okay. That's it. That's it. Oh my God. Or the door latch. Okay, so now we're going to put the door latch in here. I'm starting by putting this in the bottom. Then, that goes on the bottom. That goes on the top. It just broke off my bit. Oh no! Okay, I just happened to have another bit, so we're good. Let me see if I can't reattach this check here and force the door to be open some more. I'm gonna see if I can grab onto this and pull it out, because this is just too short to do anything with. No. I'm literally pulling with enough force to break something. It's not budging. Why would they design it like this? This is just not even a good design. Okay, I don't think we have a good solution here, but I put this end in the vise and pulled on this end, and it was not easy, but I pulled, and so now we have a lot more length here. Okay, slipping it through again. Doesn't really fit again. I'm gonna start on this side this time, now that I have all this length. All this wonderful length here. Oh, that's better. Oh my goodness. Just trying to get this thing started here. And then that's it. Can't go any further. Okay. Well, at least this stupid door isn't opening and closing on me. So that's a relief. Put these screws back on. Let's try to get this thing in there. Oh my goodness. Never again. Never, ever, ever again. Finally. 1 hour later. Okay, so I'm trying to figure this thing out, and initially I was thinking like, oh, this is the old one. Just plug the old plug into the new socket. That's what makes sense. But then we've got this one, and initially I was thinking like, oh, are we ripping out all the old wiring and replacing it with this one? So I was like, okay, if that's what we're doing, let's plug this one in here. And there we go. So that guy's in. But then I was trying to figure out, well, do I remove all this wiring here? Do I remove all of this? And the answer is no. And it took me a minute to figure this out. Maybe I'm not the smartest, but this connects with the old. So it's a jumper. So the old one goes in here. Push that down. And then passes the signal through to here. And I guess we introduce two new signals here for the soft close. So that's how that side works. Okay, and then the next one that I figured was probably the easiest to figure out, it says auto door actuator signal. Same on this one, auto door actuator motor adapter. So let's grab the wires from the new motor and match them up. There's only one way they can go. Just plug that one in, and we're done with that. Okay, and then the last one is these wires. This is just a jumper. I'm going to assume blue goes with blue. So this is for the button, and it literally says on here that it's for, there we go. It says for door inner panel unlock button adapter. So that's what the blue one is. It's for the button. So let's plug these two in. Okay, satisfying snap. Those are in, and then now this will be the new for the button. Why is this wire so long? Oh my God. Okay, so now that the 3 wires have been run, or the 3 wire connection points, 1, 2, and 3, the 3 connection points, now we're ready to hook up the computer that will control this. So that's this module here for the right side in the US. Right is the passenger side, and I will just go ahead and plug this in here. Great. And then they provided some double-sided 3M tape or double-sided sticky tape, and I'm supposed to figure out, do I want it there? Do I want it down here? Where do I want this thing? It's totally up to me. So let me apply the double-sided sticky. Okay, I think right under here would be the best for me. It seems to be like tucked away and where it won't get in the way of anything, so let's do it. Right there underneath. Cool. I love it. So it'll be safe. And then, oh my God, there's so much extra wire here. We need to do some cable management because this is just out of control. So let's tie this bad boy together. It looks nice now, but it was not nice. Okay, there we go. That's much better. So I've been having a lot of trouble with the passenger door closing. And I think I finally figured out why. And this is, I don't know why, poor design on Handshow's part, but let's see if we can get in here and see this. So this piece right here, what I think is happening is it's hitting up right against there. And that is preventing the door from closing all the way. So I need to cut it out. I'm not sure if the problem is that it's not quite going in straight in here, or if the problem is with the Hansshow itself. But either way, I'm gonna need to like cut this out here. So let's get to it. Okay, and now you can see it close. Still not quite there. So it looks like I need to take a little bit more out of the bottom there. So let's go ahead and keep going.
One pair of pants later.
So now you can see I fully cut out a hole for this door check to go into. I may have overdone it a little here. So this is really frustrating. I mean, I cut this out so that it can fit in there now. But I think more what's happening here is I can see that there's a mark on here where it's hitting the metal right here. So obviously this thing is just not going in far enough. And that's causing this to push against here, which is causing this to push against here. So I feel like the next thing I should do is try to file this down here. I really think the problem is that this thing is just too thick. When, you know, I compare it to the factory one here, let's check it out. So here is what the factory looks like, right? I guess it'd be coming the other way. You know, it would be in there. Yeah, I just think that it's too thick. This other one seems to be a lot thinner, closer pressed. I think that's the problem here. Too thick. Anyways, I've been filing the heck out of this. That's why it's shiny smooth, trying to get it more flush. And the more I file, I gotta be honest, you know, the more it seems to close. So maybe I'll just give it another couple more files. One of the things that's annoying me here is this motor is rubbing against this piece right here. It's not going in. And so I'm gonna try to file it down here and maybe a little there to make it fit. But this is really bad craftsmanship on Handshow's part. Okay, so in this picture here, you can see I flipped up the rubber gasket and filed a little bit off the right side of the motor housing. But this motor is still pressing up against the door frame. I mean, this is just really a bad fit, and I don't feel that I can file this anymore without getting into the motor housing. Okay, let me show you closing it. Okay, so it closes now with a hard close. What about with a soft close? Yeah, see, it kind of resists. It's not closing quite all the way. I think I should keep filing. Okay, so now I'm trying to work this thing out a little more so that I can get a screw into the door check. There we go. I think that might be enough. Okay, I definitely got that out far enough. Just barely, but there she goes. Okay. Oh my God, I think it's working. Let me see what happens here. Okay, fully open. Now let me see what happens when I close it. Please work, please work, please work. Nope. Oh, just short. Just short. Oh my God, it's the weather stripping. The weather stripping is what's stopping it from closing right. So I gotta figure out this weather stripping here. That's what it is. Now it closes. I can't believe this whole time I'm messing around with it and it's the weather stripping. It was the damn weather stripping the whole time. It was the weather stripping. Okay, watch. We're gonna close it. Perfect. Now I just got to figure out how to make it work with weather stripping. So now we're going to start putting everything back together. Okay. First thing we're going to do is come in here, put this guy back on. Okay, let's screw this guy back on. All right, here comes the glass. One of the things I didn't do was I didn't like tape it off, so I'm not sure if this is aligned. It honestly doesn't look aligned already, but whatever. All right, now we're gonna put this guy on. Okay, let's see if we can't get this sucker hooked up here on the fly. All right, quite a bit going on here. All right, go back. Start at the end, perhaps. That's not gonna fit in there. It's not gonna go. It's not gonna go. They got the wrong stinking. Oh, come on, people. Okay, we'll grind that off. Let's do it. Okay, well, after filing off the nubby, we made it fit. So there she goes. Oh wait. No, she don't want to lock in position. Oh dear. I gotta open it up now. There you go. There you go. Okay. It's a little stiff. Okay. That's crazy that you have to file it off. Finally, anyone know where this goes? Bueller. Oh, I know. It goes to the speaker. Cool. Okay, got it. Hooray! And then this one goes down here. Opposite way, huh? Okay. There we go. Sweet. Got that door back together. Let me just put on the speaker and call it a day. Okay. That is correct. All right. Okay, let's see what happens on this side. Yeah, something's wrong. It's not closing all the way. Something's very wrong with this door.
5 hours later.
Okay, so I took the trim off. Here, you can see I took all the trim off. I just want to prove that this thing works, so check it out. Close. Perfect. And now open. Okay, so it works. But when I put the trim on, it don't work.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
Okay, this is a test with this trim installed. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Let's see what happens. Nope, didn't quite make it. Yeah, I had to give it a little extra push there. Okay, let's do it one more time. Oh, that time it did it. Like I said, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Oh my God. I can't believe how painful that was. I'm gonna have to stop here for today because I was working on this thing all day, took a break for dinner, came back, worked on it well into the night, went to bed, woke up in a cold sweat, came out here in my pajamas and started working on it again, and I finally got it to close. So I think that is enough for one day. We're gonna stop the video here. But if you would like to see the conclusion, click here in the description to take you to a link which will take you to part 3 of this 3-part series. We really hope you got something out of this, and if so, would you please hit that like button, or better still, hit that subscribe button. That's how we make more videos. Until next time, this is Austin EV Only.